Boonme, are you there? Are you there? This is not working. This is supposed to be a Zoom transference call. Dude. How's this supposed to work? Good morning, everybody. This is Brother Sage. Welcome to the second World Urine Therapy Conference call, live Zoom with guest speakers. Some of your most favorite guest speakers from across the planet will be on the call tonight. Boonme, you are muted, my friend. You need to unmute. Can you hear me? You need to unmute your microphone. Thank you. No, you took off your video. Unmute the microphone. So guys, we're going to have guest speakers come on if they can make it. And hello, Rico, welcome to the call. Put on your cameras and unmute your microphones, gentlemen. Is your microphone unmuted and is your camera switched on? Boonme, switch on your camera. We're also beaming live via YouTube, from my understanding. If I can do a YouTube double whammy. Well, it might be piggybacked on YouTube. We're about to find out later when we get together and put it together. Good morning, everybody. Unmute your microphones and turn on your camera. Rico, I can see you, can't hear you. Boonme, there's just a picture of you. Can't hear you or see you. All right, Rico, you're good. Have a seat.
Okay, brother.
Yeah. Make sure you're prepared.
As always.
As always. Good. Now, can you see Boonme?
Yeah, upside down on the side right now.
Well, he's fine, except he's muted. He's got his camera on, but he's muted.
Oh, how come?
That's a question for him.
Yeah.
The two guys that are not going to be able to attend today are Samuel Cohen in India. Bless his heart. He was partying all night till 7 in the morning. And so he won't be making it. And Gerald Guevara, did I pronounce his last name? He's with his family. And this is his lovely family time. So we talked about 20 minutes ago. He'll come next time. Hello, Boonme. Unmute your microphone. Maybe he's a silent speaker. We like our speakers to use their words so people can hear them and be benefited by their words. So today we are in day 2 in an ongoing series of Vijay Gupta is in the house. And Harry is in the house. Welcome, gentlemen and ladies. Make sure that your microphones are unmuted, your cameras are on, and make sure you don't have any background distractions, and you brought something to drink. Everybody bring something to drink.
Okay, I'm muting.
All right, Vijay, I'm glad you're here. We met last night again. We had a Christmas party with 11 people, and our dear friends, the Guptas, came by. His wife's been doing urine therapy since 1984. He came in the early 90s, and he's getting his strength back because he forgot to do urine therapy for like 20 years until he met me, and now he's back in. So that was good to hear that. Harry, did you bring any copies of your book?
No, I didn't. I don't have any copies of any of my books at the moment. I need to wait till. No, I don't. I'll do it in the next couple of weeks, Brother Sage. For the next one, definitely. I'll still talk about my books if you like, but yeah, I didn't bring any. I'm going to be regular, so I don't think it matters for this one. I'll be regular anyways.
Beautiful. So we've got Kombucha Clark has joined us. Hi, Kombucha. That's him on the bottom left. Hi, Kombucha. Welcome. Now, Vijay Gupta, who's on the bottom right panel. Can you guys see what I see? There's 5 faces. And there they are. And there they are. Look at that. He gets a neck massage on camera. This is awesome. Harry, say hi to the Guptas. They've been wanting to talk to you for some time.
Hey, Guptas. Hello, everyone. Hey, everyone into Urine Therapy. Kombucha Clark, Rico. Guptas. Hello, everyone.
Hey, good to see you.
Hey. Yeah, Rico, thanks for joining me on that live last week. This thing is great. Thank you.
All right. And Bunmi Samola. Hi, Bunmi. We're going to send love to our brother in Nigeria. There he is. How does it feel to be on an international call talking about this subject?
Like anybody? A fraternity. Like fraternity.
That's a good thing. So we're going to get started here. And at some point, if Harry or Kombucha or Rico would like 10, or Bunmi, I'd like you guys to possibly take 10 to 12 minutes and talk about anything related to urine therapy that can benefit people's health. David, welcome to the call. Everybody say hi to David. David, hi to everybody.
Hey, David. Hey, man. David. Hey, bro. He's a, yeah, nice one. He's in the way in Ecuador, right?
All right, guys.
He's in Ecuador?
I think so.
Yeah.
I was checking stuff from Ecuador on YouTube like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, no way. Synchronicity. Well, hey.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I like Mexico, but Ecuador, Mexico, Belize and stuff, you know.
As you
it's
can
awesome.
tell.
Brother Sage, if we can get Matthew, Kombucha Clark and David to talk a little bit about urine therapy today, since they're new, I'd love that. Like, it's a bit longer than us. That's possible.
Totally fine. We're going to start off with our ritual communion first. I took notes, but I tend to be spontaneous, so we might just make this up as we go. And we want to acknowledge Samuel and Gerald, who couldn't make it today because they either partied all night and wouldn't be in the right state of mind, or they have to be with family. I'm not going to say who gave me which excuse, but we're here. We're strong. We brought our urine Shivambu beverage of the Almighty Gods with us. And we're here to spread the message. Thank you, Kombucha. Did you bring kombucha? No.
Bring it on the table, brothers. Bring it on the table.
So there's a reason we all get together. And that reason is this holy water that Shiva was nice enough to come out of the water closet and tell his partner, hey, the reason I'm healthy and young and I'm vital and I'm sexy is because there's a water within you, a whole wellspring of nourishment, of aliveness. If you will start doing what I do. Oh, by the way, here's a 9-year program called the Damar Tantra. And so he tells this lovely goddess what it's all about. And 5,000 years later, we still know that this truth about this practice. And from the last count, we've come up with about 50 nations that are practicing urine therapy with over 30 million people. So if you need stats, you can throw those around.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It's amazing. By the way, Brother Sage, are you recording this?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. That's good. Yep. Cool. Just checking. Couldn't tell. That's awesome.
And I might be piggybacking live on YouTube. I'm not sure. I'll have to check later.
I think you were. Yeah, 5 minutes ago, I saw on my request, Brother Sage went live on YouTube. So yes, you are correct. You are on live on YouTube too. That's good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Before we get into the communion, I'd like everybody to tell us who you are, where you live, and about 2 or 3 sentences of what this Shivambu means to you. Rico, go ahead.
Okay. Grand rising, everyone. Rico Mesa from the Netherlands. The reason that I started this one is because of injury, pain, health, and all the benefits you can get for free as it can get from the own divine source, the Holy Grail. So salute, thank you for this call, and let's make it a dope one.
Great, thanks to have you here. Kombucha, tell us a little about you and what this means to you.
Hi, I'm here in sunny South Florida, and life is good here. The water of life is life. It's truly life. I put in every hole in my body, put in my eyes, and it's changed my life. I've been doing it heavily for 4 years, ever since I discovered the book, The Water of Life, by somebody tell me the author of that one.
John W. Armstrong. John Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
1971.
life just keeps getting better and better.
Wonderful. Thanks for joining us today, Kombucha. Let's move on here because
Thanks for having me.
We're going to keep this call to under 90 minutes if we can do that. Vijay and Gupta, Vijay and Indira, tell us where you live and what the Shivambu water means to you.
Well, we live in Boulder, Colorado, and we have been involved in Shivambu for many years, but for a while I stopped, and then I inherited more trouble, so I have resumed. So
Nice.
And I'm Indira Gupta, and we have been living in Boulder for 31 years, but in the US, more than 50 years. And I met Vijay in 1973 in Tucson, Arizona. And being from India, the idea of Shivambu is age old. You know, like if Shiva put the name behind this system, it can be a real draw for people who understand the bigger picture. And this is what it started with. And so I came to really kind of write an article with my yoga teacher in 1978. And that was just the beginning. And I have experienced many times that when nothing worked, auto urine worked. And my mission is...
Thank you.
One more minute.
Okay, let's get on with it.
Okay, my mission is, Brother Sage is almost like an anointed human being to take this message with all of you. And let's do it. Thank you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you, sweetie. David, tell us where you live and your interest and involvement with Shivambu.
So I'm in London at the moment, and been interested in it for over 10 years now. I first got in contact with Andrew Norton Webber and was part of his Facebook community, and I've been looping ever since.
Thank you. Glad to have you on the call, Doc. David Townshend, sorry for passing over you. Tell us what's going on with you.
Fire, brothers.
Hey. Hey, everybody, I'm David, and I'm joined here with my friend today, Roberto, and another friend that doesn't want to be on camera. But to tell you about myself, I grew up in Philadelphia, and I started my practice in the United States a year ago. And Harry Matadine was inspired, and I heard it from his videos, and then just immediately tried it, and started with my fresh urine, and it was like the best high that I've ever felt in my life. Continued with it after the tropics in Ecuador, and I lived in a raw vegan permaculture zero waste community for
Excuse me for a
8
second.
months.
Excuse me, guys. If you're not talking, could you mute your microphone? Go ahead, David.
So I lived in this raw vegan permaculture zero waste community for 8 months, and I found other people there that were doing the practice, and they showed me so many different secrets and ins and outs about the therapy that I'd never known. And it's just been synchronicity after synchronicity, meeting more people in my daily life. And it's just in the absolute greatest gift that I can never have to a community of people. And so that's what I really feel like is the greatest way to grow and share with the world, is just construct these communities and talks that we're doing now. So for that, I'm eternally grateful.
Great, David, get in touch with me if you can through PM, because one of the goals of our nonprofit called Shivambu at shivambu.org is to create satellite or branch communities worldwide. So you guys can have meetings offline, either in libraries or homes, and get this out to the people who would normally not be able to hear about it. So thank you for doing this. Harry, you're up.
Hi guys, Harry Maddy and Holistic Health Harry, and I came into Shivambu 4 years ago. I read a book called Your Own Perfect Medicine by Martha Christie. I was always open-minded. That changed my life. I didn't realize I was depressed at the time, and it woke me up. That was just fresh urine. And 4 years later, here I find myself as a health coach and an inspiration to other people, just as you guys are to other people. And literally, I found this to be the most powerful medicine, fresh and then aged urine. I was blessed once I started with fresh urine to aged, and my life will never be the same again. And really, if I put it down to one thing in the health community, it's urine therapy that woke me up, our own perfect medicine. And the thing that got me most excited about it was the fact that we make it every day and it's free. And it's a game changer, not just for us, but now it's our mission to wake people up and to wake humanity up to this free medicine. So no one needs to get ill. No one needs to suffer from diseases. We will make our own perfect medicine, as Martha Christie says, and I'm forever grateful. So there we go. That's my story quickly.
Thank you. Bunmi, we'd love to hear from you out there in Nigeria. Can you unmute your microphone? He may or may not. So we're going to do our prayer. We're going to do our prayer. Get your water ready. Out of the meditation this morning, it dawned on me what a universal panacea or a universal medicine really means. And I took it to heart to mean that not only is it not age specific, it's not gender specific, it's not illness or health specific, it's not race specific. Not only can you treat or use or share anyone's urine with anybody, but your urine, if someone comes up to you and they got a bee sting, if you had some pee, I would slap it on them. You know, you don't have time to explain to them, hey, you're hurting, let's get the emergency water on you. So take that to heart. When you know how good this is, you'll think about it first time, every time. So get your water. I'm going to say a prayer. And what we did last time seemed to work for people. We're going to do it like a call or response. VJ and Indira,
Yes.
if you don't have any water, hold up something like a cup or just symbolically hold up your hand.
Right back.
She's going to get something. Maybe she'll pee and come back. I don't know.
Freshness.
So I'm going to read the Sacred Water Prayer, which is in the Healing Water from Within book. And if you guys want a copy, I'll just copy and send it to everybody on Facebook. But it's a Native American prayer, and we're going to do this. Oh boy, she is good. We're going to do this thank you. So grab your cups, guys. We're going to do it in a call or response like we do at Kirtan with mantras. I'll say a line, you say a line, and on we go. You ready?
Go.
Yep.
I take this water of life.
I take this water of
I
life.
take this water of life.
Hold
Boy,
it.
we're gonna have some fun. I declare it the water of
I declare
light.
it.
I declare it the
I
water of life.
declare it the water of life.
As I bring this water within my body,
As I bring this
As I
water
bring this
in my
water
body,
In my body.
it allows me to glow.
it allows me to glow.
Me to glow.
I take this water of light.
I take this
take
water of
this
life.
water of life.
I declare it the water of God.
I declare it the
I
water
declare
of
it the
God.
water of God.
I am the master of all that I do and all that I am.
I'm the master
I'm-
of all that
I
I
am
do
the master of
and
all that I do
I am.
and all that I am.
So be it.
So be it.
So
So be it.
So yeah.
So be it.
So
Blessings. Hey.
here's a question for everybody. Anybody can answer this question. Since we're doing a World Urine Therapy conference call every 2 weeks, we want to know, what does having or participating in this World Urine Therapy live Zoom call mean to humanity? And what does it mean to you? Why are we doing these calls, guys? Anybody?
We're doing this because too many people in this society that we live in, that we care deeply about, human souls are suffering with diseases, with depression, with a lack of mission, with a lack of purpose, which all of it can be fixed, quite frankly, with just one medicine called urine therapy. I'm not even exaggerating. Not only that, it's free medicine. We're not talking about division here between rich and poor. We're talking about this is medicine that the human power of the body makes. So that's what we're doing here. We know that we're outnumbered. The community of people doing urotherapy is growing. Look what we're doing now, all of us here together, and many more people we know in real life. But we do know at the end of the day, when you're talking about a planet of 6-7 billion, we're completely outnumbered. Most people think it's a waste product. Most people think it's disgusting. So the mission was, we carry on doing this until it becomes normal, until it's weird not to do urine therapy. That's my version of the mission and what we got to do, and I'm sure most of you would agree with that. So
would you say that we are tipping the tipping point in human understanding of this water?
Yeah, I think the tipping point is started. Once you get started with this, and we can control it, because we are in different countries all around the world with great knowledge about everything what we have expect from long periods of time till maybe 4 or 5 years, or even just started. Yeah, every acknowledge to remember that it's all in ourselves, and to represent that for the rest of all the people who are ill, all in these days with the fake pandemic and everything. Yeah, it's the best way to give it a shot, So yeah, I'm very blessed to be around this time again. So yeah, let's keep this things alive, and talk about what are the most benefits with this urine therapy, with this age, or just mourning, or cleaning up the sinus, like I told you before. It's like it got so many benefits. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons that why I think we should do this every week or every month at least, to speak to the people about this great medicine.
Wonderful. Well, I'm up for it. As you can tell, I'm a blabbermouth when it comes to pee and urine therapy. And as a matter of fact, I've been scheduled for another radio interview, which is number 31 this week. And so if you keep putting that out there, if you're humble enough to allow the universe to use you, then you'll be put in situations that will allow you to be a bigger voice and get the message to a wider audience, like we happen to be doing right now.
Yeah, true.
I'd like to touch on something. What do you all think about how this truth has been covered up and why it's been covered up? Do you think there is a concerted effort to hide this over the millenniums and still today? I think it's obvious that today, the reasons why is obvious, isn't it? Because there's no money in, if anybody knows they can cure themselves for free by doing this, there's a lot of money to be lost.
Yeah.
And people often ask me, they often say, so if it's so good, why hasn't there been any medical studies? And I say, well, the study of urine is the most studied field in all of medical history. But of course, they're never going to do double-blind trials, someone on placebo, someone on urine, because there's just too much to lose, isn't there? They lose a customer. The big pharma will lose a customer, everybody.
Big pharma lose everything.
Yeah.
True. Lose everything because there's no patent on it. Everything you can patent it from like herbs or vitamins or whatsoever, but your own urine, like all the stuff that's in it. If, for example, I've read in when you got a medical degree in America, and you swear in the oath, you can't can predict to be in like kind of a doctor who's representing urine therapy. I don't know if that is true, but I think in the 70s or 80s, the same as now in France, if you do like homeopathics, they can come pick you up by the cops, for example. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
It happened homeopathic. You get me? So in France, so that's in Europe, but it's a big city. So yeah, why? I think it's a good question, because then it's less money to make, more profit for them, and more people gonna get in lower vibrations because they only going get pills on prescription and not their own.
Absolutely. And I've said in the past, big pharma cannot charge you for drinking your pee. They cannot make money from it. But when you think about it, that is exactly what does happen, because there's 3,000 known substances in this, and a lot of them are being made synthetically and sold to you in the pharmacy. So they don't want you to know you can get it for free, and far better, your organic ones that are bioavailable, they want to make synthetic versions of it and sell in eye drops and potions and pills, and that's basically what most of the pharmaceutical industry is.
So,
that's
Dr.
what Martha
Phillips,
Christie wrote about.
Dr. Phillips, thank you. Do you want me to call you Dr. Phillips or David?
I'm not a doctor, but my initials are Dr. Phillips, and people say,
Gotcha.
I'm not a qualified doctor.
Should we call you OMAD?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, or Dave. Dave is cool.
All right. Despite, what we're doing right here, we're an army of water warriors here. We have the power and the ability to transform this whole thing and turn it all around. We're working with people one-on-one. We're helping them through their objections, their misunderstandings, and that alone is building a wave, a crescendo. Every time we have this call, we don't know how many people are going to respond to this call, who it's going to impact, where it's going to go. So regardless, it's the same with all the patriots and all the freedom fighters right now. Whatever they're doing out there is whatever they're doing. We're working on the Shivambu movement in a way that's never been done in history. And we have the opportunity with these calls and with the work you guys doing in your country to make this turn around. To people going, oh, they got it wrong. Pee is medicine. We're part of that team. Anybody want to add something to that before we move on?
I'd just like to add that I agree 100% with what Ahmad and Rico said, just to reaffirm that there is, I believe, a war going on, a physical, a spiritual war. And of course, this war means that those in lower frequencies want to control humanity and to keep us sick, ill, and low vibration, depressed, and working for them. And urine is the answer. And that's the reason why they suppress this knowledge so badly. As Ahmad, Dave Phillips already said, there's 3,000 nutrients in the urine. There's thousands have studied it. There's never been double-blind placebo studies because there's no money in urine therapy. It will put Big Pharma out of business tomorrow if it was normalized and pretty much everyone was doing it. Not only that, it goes deeper than just fresh urine. I mean, people might not know that are watching this in the future that aged urine is even more powerful than fresh urine. This is a deep conspiracy, and it goes very deep to me. It's not just an accident. I don't know if anyone can answer where they learned that urine is a waste product, but I learned it very young. I don't even remember where from. My parents, who told my parents that it was a waste product, who told my parents that who told me that I need to wash my hands after going to the toilet, all these lies, and instead what they do is they put chlorine in swimming pools, which is highly dangerous and poisonous, and tell us that we can't pee in swimming pools, which would actually be medicinal. So there is a massive conspiracy going on, and everyone watching this is part of the awakening. And I'm happy to be present with everyone here, carrying on the mission. It's part of my lifestyle now. It's not a big deal to me, but I recognize for a lot of people, it is a big deal. Take the jump, start the urine therapy. The first time I did it, it removed my depression. It seems to work wonders with everyone watching this too. So actually, if anyone want to share their first experiences with urine, I'd be interested to hear from Kombucha Clark, David Townsend, on why they, what happened when they first took it, why they carry on doing it. Because some people try it and never commit. Some people do, so I'd interested to hear their opinions.
Yeah, the programming is so deep. As you say, it goes generational, and sometimes like I have trouble. Like I've gone all in with my own therapies. I've gone like really all in with this, but I don't. I have trouble like bringing it to the surface to anybody else. I mean, it's just. How do you go about, somebody who is just like, who could really benefit from it, whether it be a stage 4 cancer patient, or just somebody who has, who's just dealing with a fatty liver, anything in between, it's like I want to you know, share my knowledge and my wisdom with these people, but I have but it's like going about it, it's like, you know, it's easy, so much easier to talk about just, you know, raw foods and juice fasting and just getting people, you know, started with that. How do you dive in the deep end and just say, dude, just start drinking your own pee, and you need to do some enemas and some neti pots along with that. You know, it's like, if anybody can touch on that, I'd be.
Yeah, kombucha. You were picking up on my thought. Indira calls it mind mail. And what it is these people have no strong argument to stand on. If someone says urine is a waste product, it's a disgusting this or that, the first thing out of your mouth should be, where did you get that idea from? You want to pick their brain apart because they're following what they heard, which is a myth, a theory, propaganda. And if you start to tell them that, you know what, the kidneys, they don't filter waste products, they filter blood, and it happens to be blood plasma. And that blood plasma happens to be what first responders inject into patients on the way to the hospital. We just happen to have it in the more pure and more available form without having to poke yourself. So in my book, was coming up, the manual, I go through all the objections, ways that you can break their argument apart. So we got a lot of strength behind us.
Real good, yeah.
The other thing to mention is, of course, the baby. Every human being, for 9 months, we know there's no cap on the genitals, both male and female. There's no cap on the genitals. There is a cap on the bowels. So every baby pees into the space they're floating in. They breathe it in and they drink it, and it gets cleaner and it goes round again. And if a baby pooped into the space it's floating in, it would die in no time, wouldn't it? The poop goes out the umbilical cord, but there's no cap on the genitals. They all pee into the space and they go and they loop it. It goes round and round. And it's such an amazing design because as soon as the mother goes into labor, there's like a switch, and it's like a train track, and going from one track and they switch it, it goes to another track. As soon as the mother goes into labor, the poop, instead of going out the umbilical cord, the first ever poop will go out the back passage. And I've had 3 kids, and one of them, it was in distress before it was born. It did its first ever poop, like as it came out. It was horrible, disgusting. So it shows you the difference, isn't it? One is waste, one is good. And that's the smoking gun. If anyone says it's a waste, well, why doesn't every single baby die?
Yep.
Then why do babies?
Yeah.
Well, how come all the babies?
Yeah, sorry, bro. I just want to add to that as well. Yes, all babies seem to have perfect skin. So what's up with that too? It seems to like every baby has a perfect skin-scoff skin, and we know from urine therapy and our own practice of it that when we apply it to the skin or surround ourselves in it in some like a bath, our skin gets purified. So therefore, that's another argument too. Baby soft skin is not an accident. It's because you're literally surrounded by, whether that be fresh, aged, or a bit of both. It might even be aged urine in your womb too. So the arguments against it being a waste product are null and void just from the fetus alone. I mean, it's a bit insulting actually to creator, I think, when you think on a deep level that people are so disgusted by urine therapy and don't get it when actually they were all surrounded about it in the womb. It's like rejecting who you are and what brought you up and what made you so perfect. Your urine made you perfect from the fetus to the womb. Every single baby's gone through this process, and now as adults we're programmed to think it's disgusting. That must be a huge insult to the creator. Not that he looks at it like that, but it must be, from our duality point of view, a huge insult. Because that's the truth. You're rejecting what was made you beautiful and special and powerful and soft and amazing.
The programs got stuck by most people, ignorance. Sit in the perception from urine or blood plasma, just like Brother Sage said. When you go to the hospital, you can get it. Yeah, they put a bump in you. But if you have always, it's inside. Bruce Lee said, let flow like water. I think as well he did it.
Yeah.
But he means his own water. Yeah, I think as well.
So we've been pee drinkers since pre-birth, and when you start drinking again, now you understand that the
sisters.
Welcome. Yeah, take a drink. We have this infinite intelligence inside our body, inside our being, and it stores information. It stores energy. This information I'm referring to is genetic perfection of how the body's cells are put into perfect form. So when you take that water and you put it back into your body, it activates that memory of what perfection is, and it goes to work immediately to regenerate your cells. So we're talking about drinking and snorting and bathing in the amniotic pee water. This is what not only explains why babies come out so beautiful and so perfect, and I hope you'll stretch and go with me here. The reason people have beautiful penises and vaginas is because we drip on ourselves all the time, but we don't see why the connection is. And actually, more and more people have been admitted to me they pee in the bath. So we're all doing urine baths, but don't even realize it.
I spoke to a guy as well. His hair is coming back. I know him from now for what it is, say 9 months. Yeah, last year in New York in January, and he had like bald hair, and now he's like on say 9 months, I think 10. He's on the urine therapy and age as well again. And you can see the hairline, and this other hair here is way bigger already. He said, "This is the real deal. It's really the real deal." There's also a statement to make, so people should see it. And don't be that
ignorant. The cells in your urine.
My hair has definitely come back. In the last 5 years, I had a big bald spot here and here, and it's definitely been coming back.
You know, Brother Sage, you were talking about how the cells in the urine. Now, we're told that we lose about 3,000 cells every second. We're made up of trillions of cells, aren't we? And I wanted to get to the bottom of that. Why do we lose 3,000 cells? It's because we're peeing them out. That's good cells. And if you're putting them back, you're putting back 3,000 cells a second if you loop all your urine. Stem cells and good cells, that's good stuff, isn't it? Because we know 90% of the urine that the body makes goes back into the blood. And that 10% that goes to the bladder, that's got all those cells. That's good stuff. You put that back in.
Yeah,
and
plus
I've got 2 new names to add to your book. Because, you know, we all know all the different names, Shivambu and all the different names. But there's 2 new ways I like to refer to urine, ultraviolet blood plasma.
Go for it.
Have you ever heard it referred to as matrix water?
No, but I love it.
Because when you study the cell, they talk about the matrix in the cell. It's such a complicated thing. I know in school, we just draw a circle with a dot in it. And they say, oh, it's a cell. So simple. One cell is more complicated than the most complicated nuclear power station, isn't it? We only understand a tiny amount of it. But now they've discovered that every single cell in your body actually makes water.
Yeah, they're probably going to discover that the Fibonacci sequence is also in the water. Not just Ormus Gold, but Fibonacci sequence, if they can take it and zoom in far enough. You guys are familiar with that?
Yeah, it's in flowers. It's in everything.
Everything.
Nail. Yeah.
Different frequency. Water can absorb the information. Just the more information you get in looping, the more information you get back into the system. Next level. Yeah, I understand.
And just think, if every cell is making water out of hydrogen and oxygen, H2O, every cell makes water. And that is called the matrix water. And that is what's in your body. And the other name for you, so matrix water, and just call it metabolic water. It's your own metabolic water, isn't it? What would you prefer, Maine's tap water or your own metabolic water? It's
indeed.
Thank you.
That's true.
Andrew Norton Weber calls it a form of distilled water. What's really cool, if you take the word distilled and you break it apart between DI and STILL, it actually means to do the opposite activity. So distilled really means to make active. So the people who are demonizing distilled water need to look at it another way.
Yeah, and to add on what Dave said, the metabolic water that we own make is structured water. This is the key difference between unstructured dead water and structured living water. And the water that the cells make, the metabolic water that's structured, is basically your urine. So anytime you drink your fresh urine, you're drinking structured living water with a negative charge that goes into work and pulls out toxins from the body. And it's not dead, it's phenomenal. It seems to give us energy, seems to give us remove all kinds of diseases. It seems to be the water of life. And if you loop it as well as drinking it, or you do the aged or whatever you put in the system, even if you take very small doses of this wonderful medicine, like a little bit of fresh or aged under the tongue, well, it seems to work absolute wonders for healing, even at homeopathic doses, let alone if you drink loads of it by looping or just constantly drink your urine. So this medicine works whatever levels you play at, either small amounts, big amounts. It seems to save lives. It seems to raise vibration if you're not playing at the level disease, which I think most of us here are at a very healthy level. So it's just for everyone, and there's no stopping your level of consciousness and duality, as we all know. So urine is the one that is free, that is going to take you to a new level of vibration that you certainly did for me, that I never thought possible. It really did, and I just keep doing it, and it keeps surprising me every day, especially the aged. I love it.
I want to
Following on
add
from
to that,
Harry.
Harry.
Go on, you say.
I've been the first 25 years of my life, I was totally consuming everything and anything and everything. I grew up on pizza. By the time I was 16, I was a 220-pound pre-diabetic, and I've been doing. I got on the health journey at 25, almost 6-7 years ago now, and then ever since I got onto the urine therapy and looping it, and then starting to drink aged, I've noticed I'm still detoxing from all the crap that I ate, as a kid, and what I've noticed is like especially when I'm fasting on urine and drinking a lot of aged urine, and I will see like just massive amounts of like stuff that smells like pepperoni, stuff that, just all sorts of meat and stuff coming out. And it's even like there's a lot of rancid fats. Well, one thing I've noticed recently with the age, that I've tried every healing modality. I do activated charcoal. I've done 30-day liquid fast using juice. I've done, I use every herb and traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic herbalism. I stack all this stuff together, and nothing has compared to as far as the detoxification to the aged urine, to the point where I'll feel like my liver or my kidneys or something actually heat up, and then I'll release fats that don't, like a lot of fats from meat and from fried foods and stuff. I'll actually, at body temperature at 98 degrees, will solidify. And so they got stuck in my system, and the intelligence of my body combined with the aged urine, actually I can feel it heating up, like my liver, my gallbladder, my kidneys, and then it'll just flush it out. It'll just like
Sounds familiar.
these old rancid fats that have been in
Kombucha.
my system for so
Kombucha.
long.
Yeah, you might be having trouble with your wireless signal.
And that's been a realization that I've had probably in the last 6 months.
I would like to add something to that and lead into the conversation of what I've been teaching for a couple of years called saturation dosing.
Oh, no, that's all I had to say. Sorry, I stopped talking.
No problem.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, much better. So from what you're saying, other than just drinking it internally, we are constantly bombarded with pollutants. They're either chemical pollutants, EMFs, electromagnetic pollutants, frequency pollutants, people's negative thoughts, all kinds of stuff from our fabrics, from our water, etc. So I highly recommend you start increasing your topical protocols and tell your people to use topical protocols, either massaging on the skin, enemas, foot soaks, navel soaks, spraying it in the air, all kinds of things, because you want to get ahead of the pollution. You want to make sure you're in your own little water bubble, and whatever comes your way, you know you can always bring yourself back to balance. Does that make sense?
I have a question. Okay, I want to know, because you, most of you are doing also the aged urine. So how do you use it? Like you save every day some from the morning, and then you next day you do the same thing, third day, fourth day, and then you start on the fourth day or fifth day the first urine that you had saved. Is that, I mean, I want to know from Metadine and other people who have done the old urine therapy.
Can I take my take on that?
So, yeah, go for it, Dave. And David
so
Townsend as well.
Valued that I wouldn't waste any of it. I just wouldn't waste any. And I try looping it all, but really it's too much. You cannot put it all back in. Towards the end of the day, I always store a little bit. And I got a couple of big 5-gallon drums, and the excess that I can't loop, I store in that. And I'm storing more than I can use. But I'll use the aged for bathing, body rubs, for nasal drinking, everything. But I'm still storing more than I can use, and it's building up. So I can probably have a big couple of baths every now and again to use it up.
Especially
so, Omad, I think
when you are drinking.
I think
Drinking, yes.
No, but so then you drink on the fifth day, you drink the first day urine, or what?
Well, for myself, I've got some that is months old. I've got some that are weeks old. I don't really go the fifth day or whatever. Sometimes it's several weeks old. Obviously, the more it ages, the better it gets.
Yeah.
Okay, I think what she's wanting to get an answer from, and Harry, you would probably be one of the best guy to answer this, is are you storing it at a particular time of day, or just letting it mature and leave it alone and it becomes aged urine? Can you explain a little bit more detail for her, Harry?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to hear David Townsend's opinion too. But yes, aged urine, first of all, I don't subscribe to dogma. I long ago let the dogma, and the dogma for me means that I collect any ages, any urine for aging. That means my morning. That means if I've eaten cooked foods or foods that I'm not particularly bad. Obviously, the urine's going to be better if I eat good foods. There's no rules and limits to how I play aged urine, because I found out in my experience and many others here that aged urine, what happens when you use your fresh urine, let it age, is it purifies itself. There's no such thing as bad aged urine. You can leave it lid open, lid closed, it ages. You can put it outside, inside, whatever. You just use that aged urine. I've always told people, work with them wherever you're at. Just make sure you start saving urine in urines. It doesn't matter. Morning's urine's the best. It really doesn't matter, because the aged urine purifies itself. We don't even know in the community really why the aged urine is so powerful, the main mechanism. Everyone has their own little theories. Is it stem cells growing bigger? Is it, I think it's uber super structured fucking water, like Jared Pollock says, 4-phase of water. It's a very special water. But to answer your question, I don't subscribe to dogma, and I collect any urines whenever I can, because we're all living in environments where some of us can't do aged urine with particular people. We can't always save it all the time. We're in the toilet. We go in public places. We can't collect it in bottles. So yeah, I just do it at any time. I save any aged urines, and mine are 6 months old now. I've got a little secret. I hide them, and I leave them away and hide them in bottles, and I come back to them many months and weeks and years later, and I'll use them. So yeah, to answer your question, no dogma from my end.
Thank you. And but you can mix also, like you can, fill it in the same bottle. Whatever comes out, you just, like it's like banking. You just put the money in the bank. So
Correct.
You just feed. Okay.
Yeah, you can mix fresh and aged. You can mix fresh with aged. That's a great tactic to do. I go pure aged because I want it really super concentrated. But if you want to go slow with your protocol, by all means, mess about. If you're starting aged urine, a great idea is to mix fresh and mixed. But I'd like to know, David Townsend, what's your tactics for aged urine, and what do you think? If you're still there, I don't know if he's still there. Can't see him on the camera.
Yeah, he's
down. He's down. I also mix it. Also before and after in the morning, I had also some dry fasts. Also, just collect all the urine in that 72 days. But because when you go minimum 72 days, so you have like 3 days, you collect all the pee, and then from there I had now restored from, it was April, and it's like I think 1.5 liter. I do bath soaks in it and just. Cleaning the sinuses every morning with it, and just mix it just like what Harry said, and just drink it. But you know, I'm a performer. So before I don't use nothing. I only drink maybe just a little bit of water in the morning. Then I go take my urine with me, a little bit mixed, a little bit fresh in the morning, and I can train for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. And autophagy is kicking in, and then after 22, 23 hours, I just go for something to eat, like small meal, like sometimes only cookies, just like bullshit. Also get it back into the system, loop it, take some fruit, some pears, go sleep, stretch, and do it all over again. But even at the court, they say this is madness, that you can go that quite along in that kind of positions that we are in. It's like manifesting themselves this only because of the age urine. So yeah, you can just mix it up, Mrs. Gupta. Just mix it and try to use the most collective thing for it. And with fasting, I think, and that was Omar also saying last time, yeah, it's gonna improve way more your capabilities. Yeah.
I also recommend you get a dropper bottle. You know, they're usually like 1, 2, or 3 ounce dropper bottle with a dropper in it, and get it aging in the dropper bottle. Keep that with you everywhere. If you need a little energy boost, what does wonders, put a dropper full under your tongue and let it sit there for a while before you swallow it. And so this way you don't have to go for caffeine or stimulants. Just keep that aged urine with you.
Yep.
Okay, one more question. You know, half of my family, most of my family takes all this hypertension medication. If they start putting underneath their tongue, you know, a few drops, is it safe to do that?
It's extremely safe because it's the thing that's going to heal the body. I mean, the nutrients itself has already been documented and known. The only thing my concern is when people are doing urine and they're doing prescribed medicine and medication, to space it 2 hours on either side of doing that, because the body will see it as a compromise to its immune system, may go after it to clean it out.
Oh, okay.
So watch out with the prescriptions.
Yep.
David Townsend has something to share. Go ahead, David. Unmute yourself.
Hey, everybody. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me right, okay? Okay.
Does someone have a question for David?
I wanted to just speak on. I wanted to answer the other question that was asked about aged urine. So this right here, this is a 8-month-old aged bottle of urine, and I'm gonna speak about how I got to get it to this point of it being black. You guys can see it's black, right?
Yes.
And when you get to this point that it becomes black, you can only take a very small amount, at least for me, and then like your whole body just starts firing up. Like it's literally just burning away all the kinds of waste that are inside of you, and it's like just a whole different ball game. What I did to get it this way is I started aging it in a plastic bottle. It wasn't the most ideal. That's what I had, and I would leave it in the sun. So like, for example, right here, this is a really sunny spot that I could just leave this here. And what I do is I'll take off the cap of it and I'll replace that with like a cloth. And so that allows the urine to breathe. And when you do that, you can actually warm it up with the sun. And when you drink it, when it's warmer, it's actually closer to your body's internal temperature. So it gets absorbed even faster. And that's the one thing about aged urine, that like it's different temperature than if you're drinking it fresh. So it might not be as effective in that regard unless you're boiling it with the sun and giving it that extra boost. And besides that, what you'll start to see happen is after a couple of months, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's like sediment. There's sediment on the bottom of this. And what that is just like pure crystallized DMT, or the most concentrated form of the urine that is possibly accessible. And so a lot of people think that that is waste, but what I've actually come to realize is that you can use this by rubbing it on like a cut or a burn on your body, or snorting it just like it's like cocaine or something, and you'll get like the biggest rush. I did this a cut
Whoa.
that hadn't healed for several weeks, and I put the sediment on the cut, and then overnight it just completely healed. And
Wow.
so
Wow,
like this
wow,
stuff
wow.
right here, when I do it, I can only fit 20 milliliters up my bum with this stuff, because any more and like it's too much. It's too much. So like this is the key, honestly. Those are just some of the keys that have helped me you make the most of my aged urine. So hope that helps.
It's a very interesting comparison you say to cocaine, because there's lots of comparisons to drugs, isn't it? There's nothing better you could snort up your nose than aged urine. And I know Martin Lara often talks about injecting it, isn't it? He's been injecting it. And if you want to go really advanced, you talk about the aged urine. It is possible to grow a magic mushroom in your aged urine. That stuff you're talking about on the bottom, it settles and it grows into something. And it was always on the bottom of my jar. Yeah. And one day I disturbed it a little bit, and the whole mushroom just floated up to the top.
Wow.
It all settled, is on the bottom, and the shape of the jar at the bottom, and it floated up to the top. And that is a SCOBY, symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. And that is like the best ever magic mushroom you could ever have.
What time is dinner?
And that's the kind of thing that's the kind of thing everyone's afraid of. Everyone's afraid of the mushrooms. Everyone's afraid of the aged urine. We get so many questions. I'm sure you've all experienced it. People saying, "Is my aged urine bad because it's got like black stuff in it? It's got a mushroom in it." And I'm like, "No, that's the good stuff." And as David said, the stuff at the bottom, the sediment, it's like people don't get it. That's not what you think it is. I think that's definitely, to say what Dave said, I think that's definitely DMT, by the way, because when I put that on my skin at nighttime, the aged urine rubs, I get amazing dreams. And I know that we get good dreams because of DMT. DMT is the reason it's released at nighttime, right? I mean, if we do the aged urine rubs or drink aged urine just before bed, I get better dream recalls. So I second it completely. It's either Ormus or DMT. There's something magical going on with the urine. And as you said, Omador and Lupa, that's also a really good point about the injections. There's so many different levels. I think that's the ultimate level. Even I haven't gone there yet. I'm scared of injecting myself. There's so many different uses for aged urine that we need to keep on talking about, and we need to get to and normalize injections too. I'd love a day when we just all step foot in an aged urine bath. Literally, we've all got baths in our house, a smelly bath of aged urine you just get into every day, and you just inject yourself with aged urine. That's the kind of levels I want to see for humanity that even I and you guys aren't at yet. So you got a long way to go. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Some people think that the white stuff at the bottom of the aged urine is concentrated stem cells. Some people, when I was at the Water of Life Symposium, unfortunately, Boonmi didn't make it. That was in 2018. Dr. Rosalind Hansen had 9-month-old crystallized aged urine that she passed around to everybody. And people were like, take a little piece of it out of there and either lick it or put it in their nose, whatever. And she was saying, well, this is Ormus gold. So, you know, the transformational white powder of gold. So however you approach it, you know it's magical.
I know there are a lot of theories on that, but I do have a question for anybody who has experience with that white sediment. My biggest concern is it sticks to the glass. So, you know, when I finish a glass of aged urine, there's often that sediment that I have to like literally soak with detergent to clean off the glass. So that concerns me as far as, you know, consuming that internally, you know, is that going to get stuck in my kidneys? Is that where's, you know, is that, and then I hear you if you put it on topically, and then how do you harvest what's stuck to the glass, or just like that extra? If anybody wants to take give their experience on that.
I have the same, like what brother David Townsend said. I got like a big jar in my shed. It's like dark. It's like darkness. Like I said before, I also had like one. I clapped for 2.5 hours, just clapping. What will happen? You clap like essence into your kidneys. You have got the heart pump to pump the blood through. So the plasma comes out, bladder and into, When you start to clap, you're clapping essence into the body. Then you go peeing, Then I put it in jars now, I think for at least 7 months. But the inside, I just tear it. Yes. But way more this thick. I just tear it like David. I just tear it, you know? And I taste it. It's like, before training, it's like Ferrari. It's unbelievable how much power it gets. It's unbelievable. And then most of the time I mix it, I feel the same. It's like you're feeling your throat is on fire. Your whole body is like, whoa, okay, it's a rush. Okay, just go slow. And then I go straight into muscle ups or what, like really just doing the good work, but it really helps. And like what you say, Matthew, how to clean the glasses, just put morning urine in it again, pee it off, and then just tear it, and then it's gone. Because I have all my glasses are clean again, also the jar. It takes some time, but you can pee it already. It's already antiseptic, anti-everything, just like what Brother Cesar was saying. So, of course, if you don't stir it, sometimes you just stir it and just try to put essence in it, it gets more potent.
All right. Did you get that, kombucha?
Yeah, so you say it gives you energy before your workouts if you consume the sediment. Anybody else have experience with the sediment and like exactly?
Yeah, just one topic. You know, for example, if you take like fresh, it's also working, but doing like sinus cleaning with aged and then go for just for physical stuff, or you have to do something when you go at work or whatsoever, don't go coffee, just do snoring aged. You take like a cup of coffee, drinking from the age, snore it from the age, you will feel your task, your focus, your mindset, your vibration raised up into the most. It's like really
I'm all in urine on every protocol, but I'm just specifically asking about the white sediment that builds up. You know, because I've been just drinking it along with it or doing enemas along with it and just using it as it comes. But I was wondering if but some people say it's warm as cold. Some people say it's, you know, stem cells, other like, but then Monica she actually has been filtering it out with the cheesecloth, you know? So,
I mean, Matthew,
you know, I'm just curious what specifically just that white sediment, what people's, you know, experiences are that. Because
Kombucha Clark,
you know,
I don't know the answers, but I'll give you my opinion. From my experience, I know you're experienced a hell of a lot, even more than me on aged urine. But my feeling is this: the aged urine is so powerful that there's nothing that the sediment. Say, look, worst case, and we are all wrong here. It's not DMT, it's not almost, and I'm willing to be wrong. And actually, it is sediment or some kind of nasty stuff the body's coming out in the age, right? That stuff, the sediment. Say it's bad. I do know one thing about it. I don't ever worry, even if it does stick to the bottom and it's really hard to get rid of. I know that the aged urine, the liquid form that's purified inside it, there's nothing that can't handle when it gets reapplied back into my body. There is no fear. I'm sure you're the same. There's no, because you do all the protocols. There's no fear. There's no worry. I know the aged urine is so powerful it can handle, even if it is a waste, there's a tiny bit of sediment at the bottom. It's nothing. It sticks intensely to a jar. That's nothing that aged urine can't handle, because we're messing about with one of the most powerful medicines on earth that is free. Like you said, Kombucha Clark, at the beginning, like it's one of the most powerful medicines. So even if it's negative, and I'm open-minded to being negative, I know that the aged urine is so powerful after a couple of months that it can handle any kind of sediment. It can handle any bacteria. Literally, if you stick fruits like into, and I've heard this before, you stick fruits into aged urine, it doesn't even grow old. It stays purified. Did you guys know that? If you stick some fruits in there, literally it preserves. Aged urine preserves. When it gets old, it preserves stuff. Nothing can die in it. Nothing can die when you put aged urine in it. That includes you, by the way. You can almost live forever on aged urine. I don't want to get into hypo and sound silly, but it's true. You put a fruit in aged urine, it doesn't get old. It doesn't rot. So that's the kind of shit we're messing with. So the sediment is like, if anyone listening that's worried about it, even if it's bad, it's nothing that aged urine can't handle. It's nothing.
All right, kombucha. Kombucha, do you we'll get to you, Indira. Kombucha, do you realize a lot of this is dealing with your faith more than your understanding? Because we can fill our mind with a lot of intellectual education about what it is, what it isn't, but ultimately, Shivambu is an intuitive medicine. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the
100%.
intention is good. And like I said, even if it was dirt, the last couple months, I should already been going to toilet day and feeling sick, feeling maybe anxious or feeling excited. But it's only frequencies are so high. It's unbelievable. So I keep doing it. I just keep doing it.
Indira, did you want to add something? We're coming close to our close here in a minute.
Well, I think I like this ultimate analysis that you have, that it is institutional or intuitional. Okay? Intuition is almost like a revelation. It will lead you where you need to be.
Yeah.
So when we are talking about aged urine, once you understand the bigger picture, you are drawn to it intuitively. Okay? So I think that what you are sharing is a very, very personal, individualized, and something that higher reality is working through us to do what we need to do.
Nice.
True.
But sharing like this gives us a bigger picture. So when we need it, we will have that come through and, oh, I have to do this. Maybe this will help. Something like that. So it is very, very individualized also. Besides, having an intuition, what needs to be done.
Right. And we're including the intuition into every teaching you've ever read or heard from me or from Harry or any urine therapy book, because we found that a lot of things that people practice with urine therapy over the centuries was from traditions and superstitions. Because a lot of people thought that, well, the water, you drink the midstream because the superstition or tradition was that it's the snake and you want to get rid of the poisonous part or the dangerous part. But every single drop is precious and we wouldn't waste it if we had a choice here. So the intuition is going to get you through those times where you get uncertainty or people are testing your commitment and your devotion to this water. Just stay true to what you know is right for you.
Yeah, I just want to add to, so David spoke earlier about aged urine and plastic. I love the fact that people aren't, I described it with dogma. You do aged urine, do fresh urine in plastic if need be. And also, Brother Sage, I'll never forget, and I said this last week too, 2 weeks ago we met, that you said, quote, I'll never forget from you that aged urine is more powerful than plastic. Yes, plastic's not ideal, but you do what you can with aged urine. You just age it any time of day. You drink it. You do it in plastic if you have to because of your situation. Glass is obviously better. And you do what you can. Don't subscribe to dogma, even closed lid, open lid, whatever lid. Aged urine can't help but age. Your own medicine can't help but be powerful. It doesn't matter how you do it. And yes, it ages faster, as David said, if you leave it in the sunlight, but guess what? If you leave it in the dark too, it ages too. If you leave aged urine in stillness, it ages. If you move it around, it ages. Your medicine is your medicine, man. It's the most amazing thing. I'm blessed to know you guys. I will carry on talking about it. I'm going to write another book, my third book on it. I'm going to have to, because not enough people, not enough of us are doing it, writing these books and talking about it. I hope that you guys will join us in the next 2 weeks and we can keep growing this group. I love you all, and thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harry.
Rico.
While we're still in this call, I just wanted to offer some different protocols that many may not have heard of. Like, I figured this one out myself. This is an ear syringe. You can get this on Amazon for about $8, and it's designed to clean the ear. So you just fill it up with water, you put it in the ear, and then you can let it drain out the sink. That's the traditional way of using it. That's how I start using it. So I clean everything out with the urine. Then I take it again and I fill it up again, same ear, but I tilt my head this way. And if I go slow enough and I breathe, I focus on my breath and just go really, really slow, it'll actually all get in there, and the whole syringe will be in my brain. It just goes straight in. You have to go really slow if you're going to do that. But but I feel amazing. I think faster. I did it before yoga this morning, and I was in all the positions before the other 30 people in class. So it's just like it's like it wakes up my brain.
Kombucha, will you take
nebulizing? I have a nebulizer. Most people use like colloidal stuff. I just put urine. Go ahead.
Will you take a
Go ahead,
picture
Brother
of these-
Sage.
Will you please take a picture of these items and send it to me? We can share with the community.
Absolutely. So the next is a nebulizer. You know, a lot of people do colloidal silver out of it. $30 on Amazon. Just breathe in, just like I just put aged urine in there and breathe it in. I can always breathe deeper afterwards. And then most people know about neti pots, but if you don't, this is what one looks like. It just looks like a little teapot. You put it in one nostril, it comes out the other. Also a great way to drink down the nose. You just hold the opposite nostril, and you, instead of tilting to the side, you tilt back. And a lot of people will snort directly from the jar. I see that all the time. But this is way more efficient. I can get you know, drink it down really fast. Takes a lot less time to do it that way.
Thank you, kombucha.
Okay.
And so if you
That was amazing.
go both ways and then down both nostrils, like the breath just you can just everything opens up. Yeah, that's all I had to say.
Thank you.
Second, Kombucha Clark, I second you because I've interviewed about this and I bought the ear one too. I've lost it now, but when I did that, wow, that's such a powerful way to get into the brain. And the nebulizer I've done myself. I'm going to put it in my third book. I didn't put it in my first. So yeah, that's a powerful way to get into the lungs. So yeah, Kombucha Clark, you're on the forefront. There's a couple of people like yourself that are really on the forefront that even I don't do. Of like, there's so many ways to take aged urine in the system, and those two you just named are really powerful. So people should check out that stuff. That's really powerful.
Yeah. I'm onto you with the nebulizer, Mr. Clark. Whoa, I'm gonna try it definitely. Yeah, yeah. Because I think because the lungs, you know, the lungs. For example, the breath is one of the most important things. So with the nebulizer in, you can just snort like 8 really old, powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. Fill up your lungs and hold your breath for as long as you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you'll be amazed at what happens.
I would add one more to you, and you might have seen I've made a couple of these videos that are going around Facebook and YouTube. If you get a nebulizer that they use in essential oils like this, or a respirator, all right, you'll fill up the well with it, and you're going to dispense nebulized Orin in the room. So any airborne bacteria and contaminants will be taken out of the air, and it's also going to work on stuck energy from you or from your friends who happen to leave it in your room.
Hey, would that kill black mold?
I would think it would. Is it a bacteria you want to get rid of? This might be great. It might be
black mold, yes.
People with mold issues and they're highly allergenic.
One question. When you were saying about putting it in your ear,
yeah.
What benefits one can derive? Like your hearing can come back, or some other stuff going on. Like hearing some sounds, or what is this tetanitis? Tetanus or something. What is it called?
I definitely notice better hearing. Definitely start by cleaning the first few times you do it. Make sure you do a few cleans, because you'll actually I haven't seen too much, but I've gotten other people onto this, whether using urine or just water, and they've seen they've had crap come out of their ear. Like one guy was telling me a thing like that big came out of his ear. So first clean it out, and yes, I noticed a difference in the hearing. But my biggest thing is my mental clarity and just being just more on point. Just being able to my reaction speed.
Yeah, that's really powerful. David Townsend, David Townsend wanted to say something. I think I don't know if he still wants to. He did say in the comments he wanted to say something.
Who?
David Townsend. Yep.
Before you
Okay,
go,
might not be.
Kombucha, would you kindly
Yes. Can
either
you guys hear me good?
make an instructional video using those protocols, and or just edit what you just said on this video so that we can share that with the world?
Okay. In continuation, when you are putting that syringe-like thing, how many ounces that your ear can take it? It's like maybe 2 ounces or something.
This is 20 milliliters. I usually do 2 to 3 of these in each ear. So I don't know what that is in ounces, but this thing says 20 milliliters. Does
Okay,
anybody know what that translates to?
Okay. No, I will figure it out. 20 milliliters. How many ounces? I will do that. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Mhm.
Indira, another way to look at it is when your ear is full, stop.
No, but
Yeah.
we have been
Your
doing
body
that.
will tell you.
We have
Your
been,
body will say stop. Mine does.
okay, well, when we do that on both ears, I'm taking a dropper, and the dropper is about this much filled, and I can hear it going through inside, and I lie down for 10 minutes and then do the other ear. And it has helped me to not hear all this stuff. I'm 74 years old. Anything is possible, in your ears. So and my husband has some difficulty hearing in one ear, and I'm experimenting that how it is changing his hearing. So I will update you when that happens. Thank you.
Another point, Kombucha and Harry, you might be paying attention to this. VJ is also having to deal with equilibrium issues. So putting urine in the ears, would that also help correct that? As well as up the nose.
That's huge.
I believe so, but I don't have evidence to back it.
Okay.
But I would
second what
believe
Kombucha
so.
Clark said. I believe so too, because we know that the CCM, traditional Chinese medicine, says the kidneys and the ears are the powers that balance the brain, and the ears are right next to the brain, right? It's direct. So yeah, that makes complete sense. If you have balancing issues, go to focus on the kidneys and focus on the ears with the urine. That means topically, aged urine topically over the kidneys and aged urine in the ears, as Kombucha Clark said. Powerful for that issue. Those two things.
Al die kap met een ding achter het oor, jongen. Nu steekt me heel iets, man. Oh, man.
Rico, mute yourself, Rico.
Okay, I have to share that, our head in the Indian tradition, 1,000-petal lotus, so many cells are here, but those 12 cranial nerves, which connects you to the eyes, ears, tongue, jaws, everything else, those 12 cranial nerves can be helped with putting urine, infiltrating inside, and it can change many, many things. Even like looking at the computer all the time, it can change things because all our 5 senses are connected to the cranial nerves. Right. And this is what I think the computer is doing sometimes, that it is derailing it because it takes so much of energy of you, and it's all here, So doing on the head really helps. All urine, apply, keep it for a couple of hours, a whole day, it doesn't matter. But it will feed into those cranial nerves that are so important. And looking at all the vagus nerve, and then there is another one that really gives you the palpitation in the heart, it can all be helped, really, by doing it over here, ears, eyes, everything. You are feeding into the damage that is already being done every day.
I just want to add to what you said, Mrs. Gupta. I agree. John W. Armstrong talked about Adrian massaging in his book, and what he said was the most important areas to Adrian massaging was the face, the neck, and the feet. The face is huge, so that's why I do Adrian massaging. Whenever I do it, I focus on the head, all around the head, the ears, my back of my head, my hair, my neck, all of these, as you said, the cranial nerve, the 10th cranial nerve, the vagus nerve is all here. So it's huge. John Armstrong figured it out, and I think that's a huge area to focus on: the face, the head, and the ears, and everything, the nose, and up the nose. It's amazing. It's all amazing.
See, I have some a tooth problem, and my dentist screwed up many years ago. But I'm putting with a ear swab, dip it in the old one, exactly go there. Oh my gosh, what changes it has happened. The pain is gone, and I can do every day. Put it in here, it goes inside the cavity or wherever, and I'm in seventh heaven. I don't want to go to a dentist and they screw up more stuff. But anyway, so I will update you on what I'm doing even in last 3 months.
Would you, Indira?
Please do.
Can we all align with VJ right now?
Yes.
And send him our love and send him a prayer so that he becomes our poster child for the 70-year-olds and brings his 75. I want him to become our poster child so that his hearing, his equilibrium, his strength returns. Can we all agree on that?
He's
Agreed.
the poster child.
Fully agree. Keep going, brother.
Okay, so he's here.
Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. So guys, we're going to wrap up the call now. This call is sponsored by a nonprofit organization called shivambu.org, and we are fully committed to getting the message, the mission, the education, and the awareness about the sacred work to the planet. So we love donations. People want to go to shivambu.org, and each and every one of you that wants to work with us as being speakers and advocates and collaborating with any kind of project, get in touch with either myself or the Guptas.
Hello, Brother Sage.
Boonmi, we finally get to hear from you. Let's have it.
Yes, let's hear it.
Hey, Boomy.
Hey, Rico, how are you?
Yeah,
VJ,
good, brother. Where was you? Where was you?
Ari
Hey, man. Hey,
Matadi,
bro.
how are you?
Hello, bro.
Yeah, greeting to
I'm good, my
everyone.
friend.
Greeting to you all.
Greetings.
Yeah. Miss VJ, I think you are talking about the Aegis urine. Yes, Aegis urine is good for the ear.
Yes.
I learned it from one of my friends, Brain Justice.
Oh, Brian Justice, yeah.
Yes,
And
he
Justice.
taught me about the Aegis urine. When we put it on our ear, it's working wonderful. Then I try it. I don't have an ear problem,
Yes.
but I just like to try things. When I try it, I say, wow, this is marvelous. And I believe it's amazing. I believe it works. And actually, when we talk about the urine therapy, Aegis urine is the miracle of the whole show, because Aegis urine work perfectly than fresh urine. When we are talking about the urine therapy, Aegis urine just like an antibiotics to the body system. I don't know the type of the illness you may have. By taking Aegis urine, first it gives you a first aid treatment.
Yes.
First aid treatment. It will give. I believe it's a miracle. Aegis urine is a miracle because I've tried it in many ways.
Yes.
If you drink beer or you abuse yourself in anything happen to you, like you smoke weed. If you smoke weed, then it affected brain. I do have some patients that are treated. If I see you that you have a mental problem or you have anything to do with your mentality, I just give you the Aegis urine. When I give you the Aegis urine, it brings you down. It calms you instantly. That is work of Aegis urine, and it helps. And then Aegis urine, I bath with Aegis urine, Then when I bath with Aegis urine, I can see my skin, my body, everything change, clean. And then Aegis urine is one of the powerful medicine, the secret of this urine therapy. That's the secret of the urine therapy. But if you tell people to use Aegis urine, they will scared, they will run away. Say, Aegis urine, it will be smelly. No, I told you, it won't be smelly. But people don't believe, because when they heard anything about urine, they run away. Anything, they just say, urine care. No, they will run away for urine. You know, I try to convince people, try to tell them this is a medicine so far. You know, I make a video some years ago. I told them, if you don't find your medicine around you, what do you going to take? What are you going to take? Because at times, you find something to use as a medicine we couldn't find. When you are not in the place you can get your
Yes.
medicine.
Yes.
Then the only way you can do is your urine, and then change your food. If you don't change your food, it won't work perfectly for you. Yes, like yesterday, I can't just feel myself that I'm not okay within myself because we do a Christmas yesterday. We ate a lot of junks and junks. Then my stomach is not even performing well. I said, what do? I have to stop food. Fine. When I stopped food, I started drinking all my urine, fresh urine. When I
Yes.
started drinking all my fresh urine, when it's reached like a 1.5 liters to 2 liters of urine, my
Yes.
stomach changed. Detoxification occur. I started flushing my stomach, flush. After flushing, some people use tablet before they can be able to flush their system. I don't take tablets because I want to flush my system. I will stop food. I will not eat anything. I will drink all my urine. To 1 liter to 2 liters upward, it will work perfectly. When your system is already clean, your problem is over. Your sickness is getting over gradually. But when your system is not clean, you have undigestive problem. Your food is not digest properly, everything. You will sick. You will not be okay. That is that. And then again, about before you can get a good Aegis urine, you have to change your food. Before you kept the fresh urine to age it. If you want to age your urine, change your food to vegetables or stay away from food entirely. Drink only water. If you can be able to drink only water and keep your urine, fine. You will get a good answer from the urine. But if you did not even change your food, I'm not believe that you can get a good answer, because food is one of the problem we have in this universe, because we ate a lot of junks and rubbish. We need to change that. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Boonmi.
Thanks. That was good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because us as teachers have to bring in a wider teaching than just drink your urine and you'll be fine. We have to discuss the whole holistic version of health, which is mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. So when people say, well, will it cure diabetes and AIDS and MS and this and that and other thing? And I always say yes and no.
Yes, Brother Sage. When
Yes.
you're talking about diabetes, I've already cured a lot of people with diabetes with urine therapy. You know one thing, this is how I treated them. I first of all tell you, please stop that your food.
Yeah.
Change to
Clean
vegetables,
food.
cucumber, celery, cabbage, lettuce. Change to that. Eat it. When you continue eating it, drink a lot of water. And then when you drink that a lot of water, then drink all your urine that produce. When you started drinking all that your urine, the first day, the second day, the third day. Know how that third day alone, your sugar is already dropped.
Yes.
Your sugar will be dropped. Yes. I've confirmed it and it works perfectly. If someone have a big belly, then when you have a big belly, you want to let your belly to flat tummy and all those things. Why can't you just change your habit of eating food and then change to this urine therapy? The urine therapy will flush your system, your belly will come down, only it will take you like a month. After a month, you will get the good answer of it. But don't expect it miraculous in a 2-3 days. No. You know, when I have a prostate cancer, a symptoms of prostate about 3 years ago, then I changed all my food for 3 months. After 3 months, all that problem gone away. Final. I couldn't even just imagine that this thing happened to me. Yes.
Yeah. It's the food,
But
and
that's
then
it.
besides the fasting, food, fasting, Shivambu. True.
Food fasting. I don't understand
Food-
that your food fasting.
I mean, you can just, you say, okay, just put like fasting, but the food is the most important. If the food is clean, like proper foods,
Yes.
and then
yes.
you do like the Shivambu looping, it's
Yes.
like a whole nother league instead of like not watching your diet or your calorie, or real like your diet, only eating crap, not being hydrated, don't do exercise, don't have a proper mind state as well, and have a bad intention. Yeah, then it's also going to go a whole other way. But for now, it's like Shivambu with good proper food, nutrition work, breath work,
Nutrition.
and then you go all out. Yeah, really good.
Yes.
Thank you, Boone.
Guys, I want to add
Yes.
something. I want to add something to this. It's very important, and then we're going to come to a close here. And it's called support. If you go to any Facebook groups on urine therapy, contact Harry, contact me, contact Boonme. People who are going a tough time fasting, for example, some people can't fast. Some people can't change their diet because their mind and their belief systems are getting in the way. So let's offer them whatever support we can, because you're liberating people from food slavery, from food dogma, food rules, food obsession, food addiction. And this is a major change for everybody. So we have to
Yes.
be more compassionate and more patient with people as they go through their transition.
Sure.
True.
Brother Sage,
Yes.
please, I want you to know that if you can be able to try urine therapy, fresh urine therapy, looping yourself for 1 week, it will open your mind, your spiritual mind. Your thinking will be different. You know, like those people that believe in churches, religions, and some other things, when you drink all your urine, you will see all those things, like all those religion, like, what are you talking about? You don't even know yourself. Yes, you are the God living in you. Yes, because urine therapy opened that your inner spiritual mind. It
Yeah.
makes you to listen to your inner voice. Yes, but if you don't try it, you can't get it.
True.
Mm.
Spread the word, Boomie. Spread it.
Rico,
I said spread the word, Boomie. It's true. I can. In Dutch we say, ik kan er geen spel tussen krijgen. It's like we say, you say it so good. I can't say a word about it. You know, really good. That's it.
urine is a vaccine. Urine is
It's
a
a-
vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Yep.
my dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters, drink and pee is the new normal. And we're going to keep letting people know that we're not the crazy people. We're not in a cult. We happen to get it right. So let people know if there's anything you want to collaborate with me between now and the next 2 weeks on that call, reach me through private messenger or through brothersage.com. And let's make this a major event for people so they can tap into it and we can get the word out to more folks.
And send some mind mails.
We'll send out
Send
psychic,
my mails, yeah.
telepathic mind mails.
We will.
All right, guys, I'm signing off for now. Any last comments?
It
No,
was a
thank you.
pleasure.
Thank
you,
you.
brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks everyone for joining. It's amazing.
Blessings in
We're all one
abundance,
team
brother.
here. Let's keep up the good work.
Thank you.
It's no cause of anything. Okay, see you soon, brothers. Yeah.